Hey, it's Baz here back with another YouTube channel, and today I want to talk about an article about the Intel Core i7-11700K apparently falls behind AMD Ryzen 7 5800X in early benchmarks. So just want to go through the article, give my own opinion, and we'll go from there. So let's get to it. So this article has appeared on TechRadar, and so I'm just going to read through some of it here for you. So, any growing excitement for the Intel Core i7-11700K may fall flat after the processor officially launches, with early benchmark performance revealing slower speeds than its rival, the AMD Ryzen 7 5800X. The Rocket Lake S desktop CPU was expected to be unveiled at an event on March 16th, but German retailer Mind Factory listed Intel's latest edition several days ago for €469, so that's around $570, £410 in the UK, and 730 Australian dollars. And the product page is still live at the time of writing, so this was as of 2 days ago. Folk who purchased these CPUs early have posted benchmarks to German-based tech forums such as ComputerBase, Hardware Lux, and PC Games Hardware, giving us a fair idea of how well we can expect the i7-11700K to perform against existing products on the market. As with all the leaks, take this results with a grain of salt. The early sales date has yet to be addressed in any official statement by Intel, and we're not in the position to verify that these purchases and test results are 100% legitimate. Who's in your corner? The Intel Core i7-11700K scores 600 points in the single core benchmark and 5,749 points in the multi-core benchmark against the Ryzen 7 5800X, which scores 622 points in the single core and 6,022 points in the multi-core in Cinebench R20. The results we're seeing from other benchmarks such as Cinebench R23 and CPU-Z are equally unimpressive, with the Ryzen 7 5800X dominating the i7-11700K and multi-core performance, despite Intel's occasional lead in single core. There isn't to say that Intel's latest CPU is inherently bad, but it appears to be struggling against its cheaper competitor. Intel Core i7-11700K has previously shown disappointing early performance benchmarks shared by Russian tech Lab 501 using engineering samples of the flagship CPU, but this is the first look into what may be a retail copy of the processor. We will need to wait for the official release of the Rocket Lake S desktop CPU before we can make our final judgment, but it certainly isn't looking good for Intel in the fight against AMD. Look, that's just the information through there. I'm going to throw up one of wee specs maybe as I'm talking here. Just the pictures of the benchmarks, maybe flick between the three so you can look at them while I'm talking. But personally, the only thing I'll say is, look, first thing and foremost is this is information that's been leaked. This is not written in stone, and this is not to say that, if this is early samples, fair enough. Look, they can be tweaked, and by the time they're actually come out, they can be better performance gain from them, so they can. So I'll just say, take it with a grain of salt. It's interesting just to see. Now, they're not far behind the competitor. Now, the only thing is, if they're dear with less performance, if these prices are be correct, from a price to performance point of view, it isn't as good. But look, we'll see what happens. Time will tell. Should be announced soon. We'll go from there and see what happens. But it's one of those things. We'll get the products in. They'll be released. Take this article with a grain of salt. I wouldn't rely on this. Until there's been something officially announced, and you know, the best judgment you can get from a CPU is when you get it in your hands and people are testing it. Not even yourself, but you know, like some of the big YouTubers, and they get all the parts and stuff and test them out and give their views and their performance. Just don't take one person's view and one person's, you know, performance and their benchmarks and they provide. You know, listen to maybe 5 to 10 different YouTubers and, you know, see what the performance is like. You know what I mean? Because you know, it's going to be different systems and different variations that each, you know, person's going to be using. So look, don't much to say. Just thought this was interesting. You know, to me, they're not far behind. You know, the performance of it. It's just if the price is that much dearer than what the competitor is, that's going to be the problem for me. Price performance is probably key, and you know, you want to spend your money right and have the best CPU you can be for that money. Now, obviously, these prices aren't set in stone either, so we'll have to wait and see. You know, we'll have to wait and see the final price when it's announced versus the performance as well, to weigh up the two by the competitors and so on and so forth. But look, that's all I wanted to say. We'll watch this space, hopefully get more information soon, take this article with a grain of salt and go from there. And here, look, if you're liking the content that I'm creating and you want to help support the channel, if you want to hit that wee like button, it's very much appreciated. And if you want to hit the please subscribe button to see all my other videos, and if you want to hit the wee bell notification as well, you can see when my future videos drop. And here, thanks for again listening, and I'll see you all in the next video. See you all soon. Bye.